I never review new movies, but I thought I should because I think It Comes at Night is absolutely fantastic and it's an indie film. And that's pretty much what this channel is all about, besides anime, of course. Right off the bat, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's the trailer. The trailer is very, very misleading. The trailer makes it look like It Comes at Night is about a monster in the woods or a demon or something is in the woods coming after these people at night. That's not the case. I personally think the title is referencing Travis's recurring nightmares he has, but that could be wrong, that could be not, but that's what I think the title's about. It Comes at Night is about a family during what I think is an apocalypse, and it's pretty much about how they go about surviving. They meet a new family and they cohabitate, and of course, it's a movie. Things go real bad. It's directed by Edward Schultz, and the cinematography, we need to talk about the cinematographer in this movie because he is absolutely fantastic. The cinematographer is Drew Daniels. Shout out to you, Drew Daniels. You did a great job. Great job. I really think this is a movie that casual moviegoers probably aren't going to like, and well, they didn't. I think most of that is probably because of the trailer, but I really do think if you're someone that only goes to the movies to watch blockbusters or you're not there very often, this isn't going to be for you. It isn't. This is a movie for film nerds, for people who love every aspect of film: cinematography, acting, blocking, music, sound design, lighting. If you don't really care about the technical aspects of filmmaking, then this movie is probably going to just be whatever to you. But if you do care about those things, this movie is fantastic. This is a movie you should watch if that's what you care about. The movie's all about paranoia, and by the end of it, the father's paranoia was he was right to be paranoid. I liked the payoff. Yeah, it wasn't huge. There's no explosion. The house doesn't burn down or anything like that. But the way this movie ends is the only way a movie like this could have ended. Oh, let's talk about the dream sequences. In most horror films, usually the worst part are the dream sequences. People, that's always the big complaint, is that there's a great scare in the dream sequence, but because it's in the dream sequence and not in reality, it doesn't really matter. All the tension's gone. I feel with this movie, the dream sequences, all the horror, by the way, is in the dream sequences. I appreciate it because, yes, the dream sequences don't really come into play in the actual plot or anything, but it tells us more about the character of Travis. We learn about how Travis feels about his situation based on the looks he gives and the dreams he has. Because Travis never once actually says what he's feeling at any given moment. He keeps it to himself. And then he has nightmares about it, so we as the audience know, oh snap, that's how he feels. I like that. It's, it's the whole show don't tell. A lesser film would have just told us how Travis feels about stuff. This one didn't. This one shows us he's not gonna tell his family how he feels. He's not going to admit it out loud how he feels, but he will have nightmares about it. I like that. All the acting is solid. Joe Edgerton is a beast. Everyone gives a very understated, very reserved, non-distracting performance. I think in a film by a lesser director or lesser actors, everyone's reactions would have been really big and overblown, just over the top. This didn't do that. This was very realistic. The cinematography is amazing. Drew Daniels, you're a beast, man. Every single shot is interesting. Every single one. The blocking is great. The use of lights is fantastic. The lack of use of lights are great. The best thing I would say about this movie is the tension. The way this movie builds tension is fantastic. fantastic. I like this movie. It's very thought-provoking. This movie's about the characters, and all the characters are interesting. They all have their reasons for doing what they do, for acting how they act. And I admire that this movie doesn't spend time telling us what happened. Is this a virus? Was it a biological attack? Is it the apocalypse? Is it a plague? We don't know. We're not told how long it's been going on, when it started. We're not even told really where any. I don't even think they even say where they are, like in the States or anything. We don't know. I appreciate that this movie pretty much treated us as we were the characters. I like how we as the audience know only what the characters know. And because they don't know a whole lot about what's going on, we don't know a lot about what's going on. I do know when I saw it with one of my good friends, and it was a small theater. It was like maybe 10, 20 people were in there. By the end of it, I think we all looked at each other and went, oh, that's it. Now, at that moment, I was like, oh, that was a bummer. But when I thought about it, the movie ends pretty much the same way it begins. The mother, father, son. I don't think Joel Edgerton has a name. I think he's just dad. But you have, I think the mom's name is Sarah, and you have the character of Travis. All three of them are at the table after they've had to euthanize their grandfather. That's the beginning of the movie. Then at the end, after Travis succumbs to the virus or whatever it is, it's just Joel Edgerton and Sarah at the table, no Travis, and then it goes to black. And I think that's neat how it ends that way. Something I didn't notice, but Chris Stuckman pointed out, good job Chris, yeah, I watch his reviews. I didn't notice this at first, but apparently when the movie goes from reality to dream sequence, it changes aspect ratios. I didn't know that. That's neat. I'm gonna look out for that the next time I watch it. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I don't know. I think there's one jump scare, I think. There's one jump scare, I think, in the whole movie. Most people, when you think of horror, they're gonna think slashers, demons, and jump scares. They're not gonna think of this. And I think that's kind of a problem with our modern horror movies, don't you think? The horror genre is coming back slowly but surely, you know, with films like The Witch, The Void, Conjuring, The Babadook, It Follows, this movie, even Get Out. You know, these are movies that are about things, that have something to say. They're not just, let's throw in blood and gore and monsters and demons for the hell of it. I appreciate that. I definitely think right now, It Comes at Night is polarizing, but I definitely think in 10 years, maybe less than that, maybe 5 years, but I would say 5 to 10 years, people are gonna look back and be like, you know, we were wrong about that movie. The same way about The Thing or The Shining. We were wrong. People who are calling this movie trash, you are wrong. You're wrong. That's it. Now, if you don't like this movie, I understand why you wouldn't like it. There's not really a resolution. None of your questions are answered. And the trailers lied to you, pretty much. There's no monster. But to call this movie trash? No. Suicide Squad is trash. This is not. This movie has fantastic things. Again, amazing cinematography, amazing acting, amazing direction, amazing theme, lighting, sound, music. Everything about this movie is well made, well put together. This wasn't a cash grab. This isn't a cynical movie. This movie was made by people with a vision. And I think that counts for something. So no, if someone says this is trash, they're wrong. This isn't. This movie is why people like me or film nerds like movies. This is art. This is a movie you show film students when they're like, hey, how do we make a film with only 6 people in one location? You show them It Comes at Night. That's how you do it, like that. For whatever reason, if you watch this video and haven't seen that movie, I think you should still go out and see It Comes at Night. I think we should support good movies. It Comes at Night's a good movie that no one's watching because people thought it was a monster movie and it wasn't. This is a good movie. We should support good movies. We gotta stop watching Paranormal Activity, guys. We gotta stop paying for all these horror movie remakes. We gotta stop watching the Annabelle movies. We gotta stop. We got to stop watching those movies and we got to watch things like this. We need good horror movies, guys. We need them. Go watch them. All right? Watch It Comes at Night, okay? Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Keep on watching anime. Keep on watching movies. Keep on doing you. All right. Bye-bye.